motivations, different approaches. Middle Township needs a win to stay in the Group 2 picture. They're pretty much out of the picture in the National Conference. And Ocean City, Kevin Smith looking at it like we had 2 weeks off. This is a new season. We got a different lineup of teams coming up. Let's see if we can do something with it.
Well, Tom, I think that, while Ocean City says, look, we've played the 4 toughest teams on our schedule so far, at least based on wins and losses, we got a real shot at the 4 teams that are remaining or the next 4 games. And by the same token, each of those 4 teams says Ocean City hasn't won a game all year. This is a good shot for us to win a football game. So, that's going to happen on both sides of the field. I think that this is going to be has a potential to be a pretty close game. I think in Ocean City's case, they need to make sure they don't fall behind early. They're not a come-from-behind team. Their offense is not geared to be in a come-from-behind team. And, they just, from a momentum standpoint, from a mental standpoint, they need to make sure they don't fall behind early. Middle Township, just the opposite. They want to jump on Ocean City early and put Ocean City back in that mode of – and the Raiders haven't given up in any of the games, even when they were 4 and 5 touchdowns behind. But that's still something that is always in the back of your mind. If, this is a game we can win, but if we fall behind by a couple touchdowns in the first quarter, then that doubt starts creeping in.
Ocean City won the toss. They deferred. Middle Township takes the football. They'll have their backs to the Ocean. By the way, the lines, Mike Lenhart has done it again. The lines are all pink, and there's pink ribbons in the end zone because of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We can remind you to join the fight against breast cancer by visiting cancer.org. And the South Jersey Breast Cancer Coalition is raising awareness through advocacy, action, and change. Among other things, they assist people affected by cancer with the cost of living and fighting the disease. You can find out how to help them by going to southjerseybcc.org. Well, you can hear the band playing as Ocean City breaks through the sign and comes onto the field. There's a big flag. The Hawk mascot is carrying as he runs around the field here. So there's a lot of enthusiasm. And, of course, the Red and White Weekend has something to do with that as well, as people from for decades and decades and decades ago have gathered here, and they will gather again tomorrow in the cafeteria for a special luncheon. Let's pick up the Ocean City High School band now. They're going to play the national anthem here at Carey Stadium. Ocean City High School Band, the national anthem, here on 98.7 The Coast. Interstate Batteries in Egg Harbor Township is now the 10th largest in the country, bringing their excellent service to 7 counties in South Jersey. They not only have a battery for your car, but your boat, RV, motorcycle, ATV, truck, power chair, or golf cart. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, is at 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Phone them at 609-646-5001. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Tested and trusted. They're outrageously dependable. This game also brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. And Middle Township comes in with, like Ocean City, a pretty successful running back. He's a junior, Yamir McNeil. He's gained 472 yards to Frank Woolley's 480 yards so far this year. But he scored 6 touchdowns. So Middle Township with a pretty strong running back as well. And they're going to receive the football, as we said, with their backs to the Ocean.
Yeah, and it's a nice, crisp, cool night here, Tom. We're getting into fall, and next week's going to be chillier yet. I don't see any flags to. There's really not a lot of wind. There's the little flags at the top of the goalposts aren't moving all that much. I guess Butch is here. We're ready to get started.
Oh, yes, we are. A lot of interesting games going on elsewhere, and we'll keep you posted on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard.
Got a lot of ex-coaches up here, too.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of brain trust up here.
Wayne, Gary.
All right, Joe Stadnicki ready to kick off for Ocean City. Approaches the ball and kicks it fairly deep down to about the 7 or 8 yard line, returning up the right side across the 30 and out across the 35 and close to the 40, maybe crosses the 40 to about the 42 yard line. So Middle Township will have good field position starting on its own 42 or 43 yard line.
Boy, an excellent return, especially when you consider the ball was kicked to the sideline and the return came right up that sideline. You kind of use that end line or sideline as an extra defender and still able to get the ball out across the 40.
Middle set to go. Quarterback is Joe Durso, returning from last year. He's in the shotgun, back to his right, got motion from the left side, does a 360, turns, throws long down the right side. Receiver is out there, and he makes the catch. He stumbles, but he gets down inside the 15-yard line, and Middle Township strikes on the first play from scrimmage. That was Colin Cooper, I believe, on the reception.
Well, the backs bid on the play action, and there's a case we've talked before about throwing the ball when the other team expects you to run, and most teams don't expect you to throw the home run ball on first down. Sure was successful.
48 yards on the play, and it's 1st and goal for Middle Township inside the Ocean City 10-yard line. Durso, they're without a huddle. Seems to be the trend. Takes the snap, hits the left side, and stood up and driven back. May have gotten to the 8.
Well, the strongest point of Ocean City's defense, Tom, up to this point in the season has been their run defense. And they've been very difficult to run on up the middle a lot of times, not all the time. I mean, obviously they face some great running backs, and they're facing another great running back tonight.
And Middle Township's going to use a timeout here. It's 2nd and goal on the 8-yard line. Only a minute gone in the game, but a big play by Middle Township. They're in striking distance, but they have called timeout. Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center brings you this look at the history between the two teams. Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is an exercise facility that encourages people of all ages and fitness levels to join and feel better. The center has a newly renovated saltwater pool that's great for family time or workouts, strength and conditioning equipment to work out your muscles, cardio machines to get your heart pumping, and fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. Phone 609-398-6900 for more info or visit ocnj.us/recreation. We're going to have to wait to tell you about the history of the two teams because Middle's ready to go and they break the huddle. Durso awaits the snap. He's got a receiver split to the right, hands the ball off up the middle, driving to the 5, maybe, and driven all the way back outside the 10. So very little. He may have picked up about 3 yards on the play. That was Jim Smith, a 5'9", 173-pound junior. And the ball's going to be spotted at about the 6, where it's 3rd and goal.
0 for 2 up the middle.
So, we'll have the official stats at OceanCitySports.com up over the weekend. We'll see how long that punt was. Tremendous kick. 2nd and 9. Middle trying to get out of the hole. Durso awaits the snap. Puts a man in motion. Turns and hands the ball off. There's a flag on the play. There's a fumble on the play.
Yeah, I think what came in from the referee was just to mark where the
marker.
ball. Yep.
And Ocean City recovered it. Initially, it looked like the officials were pointing in the other direction, but the guy in the white hat stepped in and pointed in the direction of the Middle Township goal, meaning Ocean City has the ball in the Middle Township 9.
Nobody got too excited there. It might have been Zach Fumo. I mean, he seems to be getting the most congratulations on the sideline.
1st and goal for Ocean City on the Middle Township 9-yard line. Raiders huddle up. Fay sprints out to the right. Woolley is set behind Keys. Woolley gets the ball, hits off the left side, drives to the goal line for a touchdown. And Frank Woolley has his 2nd score of the game. And for the first time this season, Ocean City has scored twice in a football game. 2 touchdowns anyway.
First time they have a lead, I think. I got to go back and think about that when they scored that other touchdown earlier in the year. But
that was at Bunin. That tied the game at 7, I think.
One thing there, I got to go back to that kick. I mean, the punt really put them in great position. And then, of course, the fumble recovery and a chance to go ahead by another point here with the kick.
Stadnicki to kick, Slate to hold. He missed the last one, his first miss of the year. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's blocked. The kick is blocked, and shooting in there to block it was Jim Smith, who's a linebacker and a good linebacker and also running back for Middle Township. So nobody's having much luck on the extra points, but it's Ocean City on top by a score of 12-6 with 11:46 remaining in the first half. It's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue in Wildwood, Route 50 in Mays Landing, and at Prairie Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. Not only do they have the car you're looking for, but they also have conversion vans, trucks, minivans, 15-passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels, serving South Jersey for more than 25 years in Absecon, Wildwood, Mays Landing, Ocean City, Berlin, Lakewood, and Brooklyn, New York. They're open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. daily. Phone Just 4 Wheels at 645-8077 or 522-0049. They got that Halloween party and costume contest at the Lobster Loft tomorrow night. We got any idea what you're going to wear?
I was thinking of going as a broadcaster.
I was thinking that if you want to win a prize, you either go dressed as a lobster or wear a Jim Bennett costume. That'll sit well. You find the old uniform. And
I am going to be down that way tomorrow night.
There you go. And Juicy's going to be playing.
We had a big fraternity reunion there at his place this past summer. It was great.
The Big Red Lobster?
No,
that's what he's got outside there. Oh, you're talking about what's it? La
Costa.
La Costa. Yeah, I was getting my laws confused. All right, Stadnicki, who's had trouble kicking the extra point, set to kick off. A low kick toward the right sideline, but it's scooped up at about the 13-yard line. Looking for running room is Cooper. He's trying to go all the way across field, and he's having some success. He brings it out across the 40. He's at the 45. He cuts back at the 50, and he's inside the Ocean City 45-yard line. And Middle Township, which was working deep in its own territory after a great punt, now has good field position on the Ocean City 43-yard line.
That's another really good run back, and the Raiders are going to have to start thinking about kicking the ball to the sideline or kicking that little pooch kickoff to try to prevent that run back. The last time they did kind of kick a short kick, and there was no return. That time, second big return of the game.
Eric Ehrenberg splits out to the right. Middle Township from the Ocean City 43-yard line. Dursey with a back to his right. Kind of a double wing formation. Takes the snap, gives to McNeil, fakes a pass after he hands it off, and McNeil drives to about the 40, maybe the 39 or 38-yard line.
Big, strong runner. McNeil only 5'8", but he's 187 pounds, and he's got that low center of gravity. But boy, he hits that line hard.
He's got 7 carries for 39 yards, does McNeil. Woolley has 9 for 41. 2 of the top 5 in rushing yardage in the Cape Atlantic League. Durso now in the pistol with a back behind him. Motion from the right wing. Hands the ball off. McNeil. McNeil hits the left side. He's driven out of bounds. Looks to be just short of the first down marker. He went out of bounds right at it, but it looked like it was short of it. Let's see where they spot the football.
It's funny, Tom. Ron Moretti was talking about trying to recruit some guys, help him on the chain gang tonight because he's missing a couple guys, and one of the chain gang guys over there almost got taken out. They may be sorry they volunteered.
Is it a volunteer?
Well, he was looking for volunteers tonight.
3rd and 1, Middle Township at the Ocean City 35-yard line. Raiders lead 12-6. Full house backfield. Durso under center. Hands the ball off. Driving straight ahead into about, and still working for yardage, down close to the 30-yard line is McNeil.
Yep, off the left side that time and picks up the first down. This has all the earmarks of an offensive battle. We got 3 touchdowns already, and we're just underway here in the second quarter. Middle inside the 35-yard line already.
5th first down for the Panthers. They're at the 30-yard line, right on the 30. Yard line's all in pink, nice and clear. Good job again by Mike Lenhart and his staff. Durso hands the ball off, trying to sweep the right side. Bland, he's got the good yardage. He's inside the 20 and down to about the 17-yard line.
Boy, do they have a nice pairing, complementary pairing, does Middle Township, Tom, between Bland and his speed to the outside and McNeil's toughness inside. Just a really good complement to each other.
3 carries, 38 yards for Bland, the freshman. And the ball's on the 16-yard line. 1st and 10, Middle Township. They trail 12-6. Durso gives to McNeil up the middle. He's got room. He's inside the 10. He bangs down near the 6 for a gain of about 10 yards, close to a first down. I think he got it. We'll see what the officials say.
Another strong run. Making the tackle in that defensive backfield usually means the guy's picking up a lot of yardage.
7th first down for Middle. And it's 1st and goal now, just outside the 5-yard line. Durso back to his left. Receiver split wide to the right. He hands the ball off to the back in motion who's trying to swing the left side. He gets down close to the goal line. Picks up about 4 yards on the play. That's Jim Smith, who was in motion, and he got down to about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, really, he ran about 30 yards to pick up 3.
Yeah, he did. He had to go wide to the left. Now he's split out to the right. The wide side of the field is on his side. But they give it to McNeil, and he drives straight ahead. He's in.
I don't know.
Official signals touchdown. So McNeil scores from the 1, and Middle Township ties it up.
Yeah, you were smart enough to look at the official. I was looking at the pile in the middle of the field. It didn't look like he was in from here. Of course, we don't have that kind of angle. But just a big, strong run right in the middle, picks up the yard.
His 7th touchdown of the season.
And usually, Tom, when the teams miss an extra point, they go for 2 the next time, but neither team has made an extra point. We're 0 for 3, so Middle will kick here.
Yes, they will. Dan Falla, sophomore, and Ocean City comes off sides.
Now they may go for 2. They're going to move at half the distance.
Official talking it over with Eric Ehrenberg, who holds on the play. They're looking to the sidelines. Why don't they just ask the coach? I don't understand this.
Well,
let the coach go no or yes.
Well, you're going to take the penalty no matter what, right? You're going to kick it from.
Sometimes they don't.
They don't want to ruin.
They don't want to change the. Yeah. But it never made sense to me because if the line of scrimmage moves up a yard and a half, so does the holder. It's all the same distance.
Yeah, maybe it's
and they
you
did
can't
take
get it in
penalty.
the air as quickly but high school kids can.
Here's the snap. The ball is up. The kick is high enough, and this kick is good. And Middle Township takes a 13-12 lead on the extra point by Dan Falla with 8:53 remaining in the first half. Your kitchen is the heart of your home where friends and family come together. If you've been thinking of remodeling, then visit Shoemaker Lumber to see the wonderful cabinetry by Medallion. The design staff at Shoemaker has over 50 years of experience. They can plan a kitchen that is uniquely yours. Stop in and see Medallion Cabinetry in their showroom and meet their staff. And don't forget, Shoemaker is where the professionals shop for hardware and building supplies. Shoemaker Lumber has been serving the community since 1902. They're at 12th and West in Ocean City or at shoemakerlumber.com. So much more than just a lumber store. Broadcasts of Cape Atlantic League Sports are brought to you with the support of the McMahon Insurance Agency, voted National Flood Insurance Program Agency of the Year. Specializing in home, business, auto, flood, and boat insurance, the McMahon Insurance Agency turns protection into peace of mind. Call 609-399-0060, online at McMahonAgency.com. The McMahon Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. The coverage you need and the service you deserve. Followed a kickoff for Middle Township. Ground ball takes a big hop, and it comes at the 20-yard line to Deeroff, and Deeroff has some room. Deeroff is at the 50. Falla is the only man in front of him. He gets past him. Here's a player chasing him, Cooper. Cooper dives and stops him at about the 5-yard line. Owen Deeroff brings it back about 75 yards to the 5-yard line, or make it the 6-yard line, and Ocean City's in a goal line situation again.
Well, he got the big hop, and I thought to myself at first when the kick went down there that one of the up guys should have tried to field that because, it's past 10 yards. Anybody can pick it up, and it was getting dangerously close from an Ocean City standpoint, dangerously close to being in that no man's land where a Middle Township player could have jumped on it. Deeroff got the big bounce right in his arms and just took off.
Fahey splits wide to the right. Woolley behind Keys. Woolley gets it, drives straight ahead. He's got room. He's down near the goal line. And apparently not in. A flag comes in late. I tell you,
that's...
if the penalty's against Middle Township, it won't be much of a deal because the ball's at about the 1-foot line. But if at Ocean City throw a penalty, it will hurt. Official, personal foul, Ocean City. So that'll move. They got to the 1, so about a 5-yard gain on the run by Woolley, but they're going to go back to about just inside the 16-yard line.
Boy, that's a killer. I mean, almost looked like it was a touchdown, so he had to be inside the 1-yard line. Whoever that penalty was on, that's just absolutely absurd.
Ball's on the 16, almost 15-yard line. It'll be first down over. So the penalty must have been part of the play. First and goal, though. They shift again. Baumgardner and Bromhead to the left. And going that way is Woolley. Woolley cuts down inside the 10, and he's down to about the 7-yard line. Gets about 9 of those yards back.
A little different look. Haven't seen that 3-player shift so far this year, Tom. At least I can't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they run out of it and put 2 extra blockers on that side.
Ocean City uses a timeout. There's 7:49 remaining in the first half. Ocean City calls its second timeout. And, wait a minute.
Why are we showing 4th down here?
What's going on here? Middle Township may have called the timeout. They just signaled again Middle Township, so I'm not sure who called the timeout. All we know is there is a timeout. It's 7:49 left in the first half. It's Middle Township 13, Ocean City 12. George Rumer spent his entire life in Ocean City. He's going to tell us now about a college player doing well from Ocean City High School. George knows the community. He's at Century 21 Alliance on 9th Street, where he is equipped to handle your sales and rentals. Visit him online at C21ANJ.com. They want your listings. Contact George Rumer and centrally Century 21 Alliance at 609-399-5711 for Ocean City's finest selection and more. Remember, George knows Ocean City. And we're talking about Pat Kimball here, senior at the College of New Jersey, who leads the New Jersey Athletic Conference in tackles for losses with 12 and in sacks with 7. He was Defensive Player of the Week in the NJAC a couple weeks ago. They play their homecoming game tomorrow. All brought to you by George Roomer at Century 21. Here we go, 2nd and goal, Ocean City. High snap. Keys gets it. Wooley's got a big hole, but he's tripped up as he gets to the 6 and falls into maybe the 4.
Really nice tackle in there, Tom, by Jim Smith, who's been pretty active out of that one of the linebacker spots for Middle Township.
It is 4th down. That play, they were wrong. They're going to try a field goal here. That play, the penalty was after the play, so that they were wrong when they put 2nd down on the side. So it's 4th down, and Stadnicki's going to try, what is that, the 22-yard field goal. Slate to hold. He's kicked a 32-yarder this year, the 2nd longest in the Cape Atlantic League. High snap. He gets it down. The kick is up. It's high enough. It's good, and Ocean City jumps back into the lead by a score of 15-13.
Well, I tell you, he kicked it a long way. You just couldn't tell if it got inside that far goalpost or not there. But really good kick and a pretty exciting football game here, both ends.
So Ocean City, who has scored 17 points this season, has scored 15 here against Middle Township with 7 minutes still left in the first half. If you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, ranges, washers, dishwashers, disposals, you name it. Ulmer's can repair it, and they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service has offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 98.7 The Coast. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com.
Got some Atlantic City Electric scoreboard scores. Tom, Holy Spirit Millville still tied at 7 in that big game. St. Augustine leads Bridgeton 14-12, another game that was expected to be close. Absegami has jumped out to a 3-touchdown, 20-0 lead over Egg Harbor Township. Atlantic City has taken a lead 13-7 over the Buna Chiefs.
Stadnicki to kick off. He's now leads the Cape Atlantic League with 2 field goals. There's only been 4 field goals so far this year in the Cape Atlantic League by 4 different players. Yet he's missed 2 extra points.
This is key right here if you're going to kick it deep or not.
It's a ground ball, and it bounces down to the 30-yard line and bumped out of bounds at about the 33-yard line for Middle Township is Brandon Tauscher. So Middle Township will start at about its own 33, 34-yard line.
I think I almost would kick the ball down the field out of bounds and give it to him at the 35-yard line.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
well, they've started at the Ocean City 43 at their own 9, and that was different, and at their own 35. So, you know, except for that one big return, they've been about right what they are now. Trying to sweep the left side is McNeil, and he's ridden out of bounds over there by Naplasik.
Yeah, they go to the short side. Zach Williams also had a hand in it early on, making a big contact, and Naplasik finished it off on the sideline. Middle Township went to the short side. I expect them to go to the wide side on this play.
12 carries, 59 yards for McNeil. Second and just a little bit less than 10.
You might see that fake handoff, a little play action, and then throw the ball here.
Panthers set, trailing 15-13. Rolling left is Durso. He pitches the ball back and out across pulling out of tackles and getting close to the first down. That was Bland, I believe.
Boy, not only is he quick, but he really is very, very shifty.
Makes good cuts.
Yep.
He got 9 yards on the pitch. So he's 4 carries, 47 yards in this game. And 3rd and 1, a little less than 1 for Middle Township, about halfway through the second quarter here. Ocean City leads 15-13.
Two guys with a real good shot at him at the line of scrimmage. And he picks up 9 after that.
Third and about a yard. Up under center is Durso. Full house backfield behind him. Hands it off to McNeil. Tries to bounce it outside. He does get it outside. He's at the 50. He's at the 45, and he's pushed out of bounds by Slate at about the 40-yard line. So a first down.
Ran through another tackle, had the first down, and once he got turning the corner, he's tough to bring down. He's not, he doesn't have Bland speeds necessarily, but he can run.
13 carries, 76 yards for McNeil. He has 400 and some coming into this game in 4 games. Receiver to the left, double wing. Durso has a back to his left in the shotgun. In motion is one of the wing backs. They pitch it back to him, sweeping the left side, and he picks up about 4 yards down to the 36-yard line.
That was Jim Smith again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, he's just another good compliment. They got 3 guys that they'll give the ball to. Ocean City pretty much giving the ball to Frank Woolley all the time, or if Naplasic's in, they're still running the same set, the same play. But Middle's got a little more options back there as far as their offense is concerned.
3rd and 6. Panthers read their wrists and get ready for, 2nd and 6. Plenty of time. 5:10 left in the first half. They're on the Ocean City 36-yard line. Durso fakes the pitch, passes left side. It's caught out on the left sideline for a first down. He gets down near the 25-yard line. He was hit initially, but then was able to pull out of that and pick up a few more yards. A reception by Eric Ehrenberg, the 6-foot, 164-pound junior.
Yeah, Middle hasn't really been brought down by the first tackler in most cases, Tom. They're getting, good charge, good run, the strong run, and they're running through that first tackle pretty much. And
1st and 10. Ball just outside the 25-yard line. Slot to the right, receiver, or a wing back to the left. Durso has a back to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off to McNeil. He couldn't find anything inside. He tries to bounce it outside, and Ocean City strung it out a bit, but he cut it upfield and gained some yardage down to about the 16-yard line. So he ends up picking up about 8 yards on that play.
And he picked up 5 of them after it looked like he was going to be tackled again. So, again, that's, as I said at the top, one of the strong points for Ocean City, one of the positives for them this year has been their defense against the run. But Middle's running backs are really having some.
All right, McNeil to the left of Durso. It's 2nd and 1. He's in the shotgun, double wing and a receiver split to the left. Wing back in motion to the left. And Durso's going to roll that way. He's looking. He throws. He finds a receiver who's driven out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. So it's a first down for Middle Township, and they're threatening at the Ocean City 4.
Boy, nice mix of run and pass, Tom. And they don't have to be downfield 40 yards every time. Just nice little swing pass to the outside there off a sprint left, and nice execution.
1st and goal at the 4. Driving right and stop behind the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard loss. Brian Slate came up and joined the crowd, and they made a stop on McNeil for a loss of a yard.
Yeah, they got down the bottom of that pile. It was Kevin Wiesner.
Kevin Wiesner's been leading the Raiders in just about everything this year.
Yeah,
tackles for losses and recovered fumbles, tackles, total tackles.
Big tackle there.
So it's 2nd and goal. Ball's at the 5. Clock running, 3:10 left, first half. Middle trying to take the lead back. They trail 15-13. Durso takes the snap. Back to throw, rolling right. He tucks under, and he spins at the 2 and dives. Nope, he stepped out of bounds.
Yep.
Stepped out of bounds at the 3. Right before that spin, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it looked like he thought he could turn the corner and get in, and didn't have his receiver open there and get out of bounds. I think Middle's actually trying to use as much of the clock as they can, too, Tom, to keep Ocean City from having much left on it. when they get the ball back eventually here.
Maybe,
That will
but they
stop
wouldn't.
the clock.
They wouldn't have called a timeout then. Ball's halfway between the 5 and the goal line. Call it the 2-yard line.
And Durso goes split wide left.
Uh-huh.
This was the play they were going to run before from the opposite side.
Yeah, they direct snap sometimes to McNeil. In fact, he's, as we said earlier, throwing a touchdown pass this year. He takes the direct snap. He's rolling left, trying to get to the outside. Ocean City strings it out, and he's out of bounds, I guess. Close to the out of bounds. He's not in, though. He stopped at about the 2. We'll wait till the officials spot the ball. They piled it up on the far side there, and it looks like he's at about the 1-yard line.
It'd be interesting to see if they want to kick a field goal here.
Their kicker's been fairly good this year. He doesn't have a field goal, though he's missed tonight. Missed one tonight. 1 extra point. It's 15-13, Ocean City on top. And it's 4th and goal at about the 1 for Middle Township. Up under center is Durso. He gives it to McNeil. He's hitting the backfield and driven backwards, and Ocean City stops him.
Boy, I really want to give credit where credit's due here, Tom, and I.
Yep, flag on the play. Flag after the play. I can't be against Ocean City. They were all over here on the sidelines already. Let's see what it is. This is well after the play. It was probably 30 seconds after the play. They've actually got the ball on the 5-yard line. I didn't think he lost that much on forward progress. Now the guy who's bringing the football out on the field doesn't know what to do. Whose ball do I give him? Personal foul, Middle Township. Personal foul, Middle Township. They're going to get another 30-yard penalty here.
Wow. Wish I could. I don't know, Tom. And I'm going to mention both just in case. I don't know if it was Doug Shawcross or Dylan Craver. I could see the 2. I couldn't tell if it was a 9 or a 5, but that whichever one it was really made the big hit there, just behind the line of scrimmage. That there were a lot of guys in there, but the initial hit was made by one of those 2 guys, and that really was the key to that play there, not getting in the goal.
Well, Greg Fletcher signaled 2 personal fouls. Oh, I was going to say, but they only stepped off one. Now they're stepping off the other one. So Ocean City gets the ball at the 35-yard line. 52 yards in penalties against Middle Township. And Ocean City with a big defensive stand, similar to the one they made against Bridgeton, was it? Yeah, Bridgeton, because it was here.
Yep.
But they get the ball on their own 35-yard line with 2:34 left in the first half. Ocean City leads 15-13, and we think they've got 2 timeouts left.
And that was at the end of the first half as well.
Yes, it was.
Bridgeton.
Yeah, right at the end. I think they just took one knee and the half ended or something. All right, ready to go. Woolley's the deep back. Fay split to the left. Keys in the pistol. Takes the snap, gives it to Woolley. Woolley shoots off the right side. He's in the open at the 50. He loses the football, and Middle Township seems to have fallen on it at the 37-yard line.
Wow.
Gain of about 20 yards on the play. About to be tackled, and I guess the tackler popped it out. And it's recovered by Middle Township on their own 37-yard line.
Yep.
At any rate, it's 1st and 10 Middle with 2:25 left in the first half. They give it to McNeil. McNeil shoots through, runs through a tackle, trying to get to the left sideline, and he's pulled down about the Ocean City 45-yard line.
Boy, about another 15, 16, 17-yard run. And, just when it looked like Ocean City was going to have an opportunity to put more points on the board, now Middle is marching. Still plenty of time left here in the half with 2:18.
Unofficially 17 carries for 100 yards in the first half by McNeil. Ball's at the Ocean City 45. Middle, I think, only has 1 timeout, or may have no timeouts left. They've either got 1 or none, because there was one we weren't sure of. The officials actually signaled it both ways. We're thinking it was the last one. Durso awaits the snap, drops back to throw, rolling right, passes, catches the ball at about the 35-yard line, and he gets inside the 30. That's Jim Smith, and the ball's going to be spotted at the 26-yard line.
Boy, Durso threw a nice pass there and to a wide open Smith. Got to make some adjustments defensively at halftime. I think both teams want to make some adjustments at halftime. Middle Township wants to look to see how they can stop Frank Woolley.
Durso's 5 for 8 for 99 yards here in the first half. He's got a back on either side, a slot to the left. Motion from Smith. He pitches the ball back to Smith. Smith trying to get to the outside, but great pursuit by Ocean City, and he's brought down for a loss.
When they run that pitch to the left side, the running back is pretty far out there when they make that pitch, and it's he's waiting for the ball to get it upfield, and it's a play that the last 2-3 times they've run it, the Raiders have been very able to see the play develop and have been right there on top of it.
Loss of about 6 at 2nd and 16. Durso gets the snap, play action, back to throw, being chased, tries to cut through, and he does between 2 tacklers, makes a nice cut, but he just about picks up about 3 yards. He's still short of the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, Dylan Craver along with Dan Walsh, both putting a lot of pressure on back there.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 12.
Going to be in some kind of prevent defense here, 40 seconds left.
Middle Township on the Ocean City 29-yard line. Clock down to 35 seconds. Durso puts a man in motion, fakes the pitch. Quick pass out in the same play they scored on. And down the left side with some running room is the tight end. He runs through a tackle, and he's in for the touchdown. That's about a 31-yard touchdown play. The same combination, Durso to Versage that scored. Versage is the tight end that scored their first touchdown of the game. And Middle Township regains the lead 19-15 with 21 seconds left in the first half.
Not only didn't they recognize the play, the defense didn't recognize the play, but again, a couple guys had a shot at making the stop over there, and they don't get it done. So again, Middle's offense is very well diversified. A lot of guys contributing.
Middle looks like they're going to go for 2 here. They lead 19-15. At least if they get 2, they'll be 6 points ahead. And Ocean City wouldn't automatically take the lead with a touchdown. Durso back to throw. Rolling right. Hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Off the hands of Smith at the goal line. And Ocean City will get the football. Slate and Smith. Here's the kick by Fowler. It's a short ground ball, almost an onside kick, and the Placek actually dribbles it and covers it at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, neither team anxious to kick the ball downfield, and yet the kickoffs have been an adventure. Whether they're short kicks or kicks downfield, they've been an adventure.
All right, Ocean City with the ball on its own 38-yard line. We'll see if they try to do something in 19 seconds. They have 2 timeouts, or if they're going to just go in down by 4. Then they're lining up tight, so they're going to take the snap and take a knee and go in. They get the football to start the second half, and they trail by a score of 19-15 here at intermission. So Ocean City and Middle Township go back-to-back. Middle led 6-0. Ocean City went up 12-6. Then Middle went up 13-12. Then Ocean City 15-13. And here it's 19-15 at the half. Middle Township leading Ocean City.
Today.
Here's the kick, and it carries. It's taken at about the 25-yard line and running room. That's the freshman, Dan Walsh. And he brings it out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. He's played some good defensive football, and now he makes a nice return.
Yeah, he just I think he was a little surprised that the kick came to him and just, bobbled it just a little bit and then was able to make a real nice return out of it.
1st and 10, Ocean City on its own 43. They trail 19-15 starting the second half. Fay splits to the left. Woolley behind Keys. Keys takes the snap, gives to Woolley off the right side behind a blocker, takes it to the outside. He's double covered, double teamed, and taken out of bounds at about the 49-yard line for a gain of about 6.
Alex Turnick, the main tackler there, one of the seniors on this Middle Township team that we mentioned, has a lot of freshmen. I look down this roster, must be 20 freshmen. Well,
yeah, they have quite a few. A lot of schools are playing a lot of freshmen. 2 schools have freshman quarterbacks in this league. Cedar Creek and Oakcrest. Second about 3. It's Woolley again to the right side. He cuts it back and kind of backs his way for a first down. He leaned into the tacklers and just pushed off and drove himself across the inside the 45-yard line for a first down.
Real good vision there too, Tom, to make that cut back to the left just a little bit. Better vision for him. And I didn't see the hole he ran through from up here, and we got a better view.
Just inside the 45-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for Ocean City. Fay splits to the right. On the left wing is Baumgartner. Baumgartner shifts, and flags come flying. And it's against Middle Township. They came across. 5-yard penalty. The Panthers were penalized 52 yards in the first half. Ocean City 20. Now it's up to 57.
I think both teams had a discussion in the locker room about we got to cut down on some penalties here and concentrate on playing football. Penalties are either as a result of lack of concentration, penalties like that, or the personal foul penalties, just kind of lack of discipline.
Ocean City's had 125 less yards in penalties than their opponents. Here's a play-action pass. Rolling left is Keys. Pass at the sidelines is caught, and inside the 30 for a first down.
Well, when you run the ball as much as Ocean City runs the football, anytime you get a little play-action pass, it ought to work. At least it ought to work as far as having the guy open. And he was open. There was no question. It was just a question of whether the play was going to develop fast enough for Keys to get the ball out there before the defense could recover, and he did. He made a nice, strong throw. Cherokee 24, Shawnee nothing at the half.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Waiting for the snap is Keys. Gives it to Woolley. Woolley hesitates at the line of scrimmage, bounces it out to the left, and again backs his way down to about the 20-yard line.
He's really proven tough to bring down, Tom, especially tonight. And we've talked a lot on the Middle Township side of McNeil and Bland and even Jim Smith, who have had quite a bit of success on the offensive side for Middle. And Frank Woolley has just really run the ball very, very well. And a lot of occasions, at least to my eye, got 5, 6, 7 yards after it looked like he was stopped.
2nd and 2. Ball down around the 20-yard line. Keys awaits the snap, long count, gives it to Woolley, and Woolley straight ahead looks like he's got the first down yardage.
Jim Smith trips him up, first guy to get a hand on him, but not before Woolley's able to get that first down yardage and a good sustained drive here to open the second half for the Raiders just a couple minutes in.
Woolley goes over 100 yards, 17 carries for 101 unofficially. 1st and 10, Ocean City. 6th first down. Middle has 11. Middle leads 19-15. Fay wide to the right, snap is to Keys. He gives the ball to Woolley. Woolley finds a lane, and he's down inside the 10 to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Really running the ball well. They're just got that unbalanced line going, and all the extra blockers over there up near the line of scrimmage on that left-hand side, and really, I think, just outnumbering Middle Township on that side. Blockers to tackles.
Fay split wide to the right. 2nd, about a yard to go. The ball's at the 8. Fay awaits the snap. Fay split wide. Keys gets the snap. Hands it to Woolley. Keeps his balance. Bounces it to the left. Dives for the end zone. And he's in.
I was just about to say, knocked the pylon over. So it's just a question of whether or not they give him the touchdown or whether he's out of bounds inside the 1 yard line. But the touchdown signal comes up, and the Raiders go back in front.
8:50 left in the third quarter, and the lead keeps changing as Les Kiter used to say they're on the seesaw. Here's Stednacki to kick. He's kicked the field goal, but he's missed the 2 extra points. Brian Slate to hold. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. And this one's good.
I remember some Les Kiterisms. That's not one I remember.
Yeah. In again, out again, Finnegan was another thing when the ball would roll around the rim and look like it was going to drop in. But anyway.
Tickles a twine from 20.
Okay, Ocean City leads it now 22-19 on Frank Willie's 3rd touchdown of the game. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Wiesenthal's Auto Service. If you need work on your car, you can trust Don and Glenn to treat it as if it were their own. At Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City, their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9741 to schedule an appointment. The Wiesenthal family has been taking care of South Jersey's vehicles for more than half a century. No matter where you live, it's worth a trip to Ocean City to keep your vehicle operating properly. Don, Glenn, and their team of certified technicians will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. Next Friday, Ocean City will be at Vineland, and Middle Township returns home to play Cedar Creek in a very important Group 2 game. That all brought to you a look at the upcoming schedule by Wiesenthal's Auto Service. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 98.7 The Coast. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com.
Well, as you said, Tom, it's been all offense as far as the seesaw is concerned, and whichever team decides to play defense here, the rest of this game is going to win.
Stadnicki to kick off. He kicks it pretty long. Back it around the 7-yard line. And coming down the left side is McNeil, and he's got some room. There's a flag on the play. McNeil's at the 40, cuts back at the 50, cuts again at the 40, and he's going to go inside the Ocean City 30-yard line.
Yeah, we got a block in the back.
But there's a flag way back at the Middle Township 29-yard line.
And the Raiders are all happy about the play being called back. They ought to be happy because it's another place of a bit of a breakdown for their special teams here on the kickoff return. That's the 3rd one where they've given up quite a bit of yardage on the kickoff return. I think I'll be shocked if they kick the ball deep if they have another opportunity to kick the ball.
So a 15-yard penalty against Middle Township. 72 yards now against the Panthers in this game. It's going to take them back to about the 15-yard line. Well, actually, it's not. It's going to take them back to the 20-yard line. So
can't coach speed. And tough to coach against speed if it's more speed than you have.
1st and 10, Middle Township on its own 20. They trail here 22-19. All check their wrists. And they're going to get a flag because they had 12 players on the field. They didn't have a huddle, but no huddle offense, you can't have that 12th player on the field, and that's what happened. He just went off the field. Frank Rigitano, the Middle Township coach, is saying, hey, wait a minute,
He did get off the field before the snap.
Yeah, but you can't have 12 in the huddle. And just because you don't have a huddle.
Right, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of lollygagging off the field, just, figuring he was going to get there before the ball was going to be snapped, but.
Well, he should get a penalty just for using the word lollygagging.
I should get the penalty.
There you go. Throw a flag up here. All right, Durso waits the snap. Motion right to left. He's going to throw out in the right flat. The pass is caught, but caught on his knees. And for a moment there, Colin Cooper thought he was in the NFL as he popped to his feet and started to run. But it's a completed pass for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, wide open, too. They gave him a lot of room over there.
2nd and 11. Middle Township. At about its own 20, just short of its own 20. Durso has a back to his right, double wing, and a receiver to the right. Takes a snap, 360-degree, hands off right side, and picks up good yardage out across the 25 to the 28-yard line probably.
Just a real quick hit that time, Tom, straight up the middle. And I'm not going to say nothing fancy, but that's what it was.
He's got 108 yards unofficially and 18 carries, does McNeil. He's a junior.
Key play here early in the second half.
3rd and about 3. Motion. Ball's loose. And Durso falls on it, I think. But let's see. Officials are unpile him. Yep. He falls on it, but they falls on it at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th and 4 for Middle Township. He actually lost a yard on the play. So it's probably a punting situation for the Panthers. And Colin Cooper is the punter. He steps back to around his own 10. It's, I think, their first punt.
I think you're right.
If it's anything like Ocean City's punt, the 60-some-yard punt by Josh Tibbetts that pinned Middle Township back inside its 10 in the first half. Slate back to receive. A little soft snap, but it gets to him. The punt hits at the 50, and Slate lets it roll, and it rolls down to the 43-yard line.
Man, some of the Raiders were precariously close to that after they had decided to let the ball roll. You got to get away from it. And, you know, that football takes a crazy bounce one way or the other, 2 feet, and hits you when you don't want it to. If you decide you're not going to field the ball, you have got to back away. The other team's not going to be able to pick it up and run with it, so that's not a concern.
It's an all-star press box we got here. Not only Butch Gleason, but Gary Degenhart, South Jersey Football Hall of Fame. We got a former NFL linebacker. Is he still here? Yeah.
He's here.
What an all-star group we've got. 1st and 10. Keys, high snap, gets it, gives it to Woolley. Woolley off the left side, has room down the left side. Cuts inside one tackler and gets down to the 35-yard line of Middle Township. He picks up about 21 yards. Now they're going to mark him out at the 38-yard line.
We said at the top that you know, Tom, the Raiders knew they had a shot at this game, and you know, they're in it with 6 minutes to go. Not only are they in it, they're winning at this point by 3 points, and you know, I think that has something mentally to do with the way their season has gone to this point, and to see where they are right now.
Split to the right is Fay. Keys, 1st and 10. Waits the snap. And he gives it to Bromhead, the up back. And he picks up about 3 yards on the play.
Tom, Holy Spirit has broken that tie at Millville with a field goal. They now lead the Thunderbolts 10-7 in the 3rd period.
Franco Raffici. That'll be his 2nd field goal of the year. He ties Joe Stadnicki for the Cape Atlantic League lead.
Oakcrest looking for their first win. They have just tied Mainland at 14. The Mustangs are 1-3, but Oakcrest is 0-5.
2nd and 7 for Ocean City. Keys gives the ball to Woolley going left. Woolley turns the corner, and he's hit hard about a yard or two short of the first down marker. We'll see how close he got. We should mention that with his last run, Woolley moved past Dominic Ionase and is now, I think he's a volunteer assistant on the team, so he'll be happy to hear that. He moves up to number 7, and next on the list, number 6, is Jim Thomas, which is pretty amazing because Jim Thomas didn't play his senior year.
Yep.
He went to Buna. 3rd and 2. Keys takes the snap, gives it to Woolley off the right side, got the first down, keeps his balance inside the 20 and down to about the 17-yard line.
Well, I tell you, he doesn't have blinding speed, but boy, does he have the knack for finding that opening and getting to it quickly and gaining some good yardage.
Unofficially, 154 yards and 22 carries for Woolley in this game.
They ought to give him Monday off school just to rest up for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Not likely.
Actually, wouldn't it be 72?
It would. Be less than that because that would be Monday night.
That's true. 1st and 10. Looks like Naplasik is in there at deep back. Yep. He gets it going left, cuts it back, and picks up some yards down close to the 10-yard line.
You know, they almost they bring Woolley to the sideline for the one play, and you know he's got to run on, run back, run off, run back on. It's almost like carrying the ball once.
Well, they know they can't give him 72 hours off. They won't let him miss school on Monday, so the best they can do is give him a playoff every once in a while, I guess.
Or even 60 hours off.
Yeah, that's right. 2nd and 5. The ball just outside the 10. Keys takes a snap, gives to Woolley. Woolley runs through a couple tackles, and he's down to about the 6 or 7 yard line, close to the first down.
You know, what makes it even more, I don't know, I use the term impressive, how much yardage he's able to gain is that you can, if you're playing defense, you can pretty much count on him getting the ball 3 out of every 4 snaps. So defensively, they got to be keying on him, and he's still able to gain, which means the guys up front are doing a job blocking. They're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage, and he's just running the football real well. I mean, on the other side, you know, we talked about McNeil, we talked about Bland, we talked about Smith, and, you know, they got a lot of weapons.
They're measuring, and it's about 2 inches short. 3rd down. And the ball's on about the 6 or 7 yard line. So Ocean City.
I might even come up under center here and quarterback sneak.
You would?
I think I would. I wouldn't take the chance on a handoff with 2 inches. You ought to be able to get 2 inches.
We'll see what they do. They walk it in and place it at the hash mark. We hear coaches Coleman and Degenhart debating what they would do.
Well, the big difference is if you're in that pistol, you're not quarterback sneaking.
Right.
If you're up underneath, you know.
Sure.
And Ocean City made a living with, you know, that quarterback sneak. Al Gens, I can remember, used to go. Of course, he was a big quarterback too.
Well, Keys is in the pistol. He's got Woolley behind him. One receiver to the right. Power pistol, we'll call it, to the left. It's Woolley straight ahead. He drives through the hit, and he's down to about the 2 or 3 yard line.
They just don't have an answer for him, whether it's up the middle, whether he slides to the outside, and they really just haven't been able to make an adjustment defensively to stop him.
24 carries, 161 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns in the game, and the ball is at the 5 yard line, it looks like. He's still the deep back. Keys takes a snap, gives to Woolley, straight up the middle and right into the end zone untouched. That was quite a hole.
Yep. And he read it very, very well. The hole opened up on the right side as he took the handoff and you know, drove a truck through it. You talk about the yardage, Tom, and now it's, 163 or 164, whatever it is.
Right.
And how much yardage did he gain on the play that he fumbled on? And
well, he gets credit for that.
Okay.
Up till the point he fumbled it. I think it was 20. Stadnicki to kick. Slate the hold. The ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. And good. So it's 29-19. Ocean City on top.
Largest lead of the season.
Most points. They haven't scored. They scored 17 points coming in, and they've scored 29 here tonight. And they will kick off to Middle Township, and we'll see if they're going to kick it deep. Since 1981, the Trofa and Coggins families have offered the best in car care at 1238 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. There's also Car Caress, too, at 100 Stagecoach Road in Marmora behind ShopRite. At Car Caress, they'll hand wash your vehicle, both the interior and exterior. Car Caress at 1238 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. Phone for an appointment at 609-398-8482. They also offer free pickup and delivery. Car Caress, something special for your vehicle at a price that fits your budget. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 98.7 The Coast. Brian Brummel and his professional staff waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Anything new on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard?
Yeah, Tom, St. Augustine's has scored again. They lead Bridgeton 28-12. What's the other one we just did, Butch? Atlantic City scored again. They lead Buna 40-13.
Wow, 40. Stadnicki to kick off for Ocean City. Middle Township with 2 men deep inside the 10-yard line. I don't know what.
Mainland, excuse me, Tom. Mainland has jumped back in front of Oak Crest 21-14. That's a halftime score.
Here's the kick. It's a short kick, a ground ball. It comes to the 33-yard line and across the 35, out to about the 37 or 38.
Okay, I'm not coaching, but I said I'd be shocked if they kicked that ball deep again, and they didn't.
At the 36, I guess they're going to put it. So Middle Township on its own 36. Last time they got it on the 35 and had a 15-yard penalty. Moved back to the 20. This time there's no penalty. So they're starting on the 36. The Panthers trail 29-19 here. Double slot formation. Durso takes the snap, gives to McNeil up the middle. McNeil shoots for 9, almost 10 yards out across the 45-yard line. It looks to be just short of the first down, but we'll see.
I tell you, if you played fantasy football with high school teams, I'd like to have both these running backs, Woolley and McNeil, because they both just finding yardage constantly.
19 carries, 117 for McNeil. It's short of the first down, so it's 2nd and 1. Durso awaiting the snap. Ocean City moved but didn't come offside. The handoff is in the line, and running down the right sideline is McNeil. He's got the first down.
Almost a late hit. I don't know if they're going to call that or not. Could have been a late hit out of bounds. Darn close to another personal foul.
Pickup of about 17 yards on the play. No, 12 yards on the play. But a first down for Middle Township. They're 12th. 1st and 10 inside the Ocean City 45 at about the 42. Everybody checking their wrists, and Middle will be ready to go in a moment. Durso awaits the snap. Drops straight back. Throws a floater down the right side, and it is incomplete. Good coverage by Ocean City, but that's a tough pass to complete. It was up in the air a long time.
Yeah, he threw it 30 yards downfield, although the defender never turned around. Had his back to the play the whole time, and then maybe the receiver might have been out of bounds over there at the end of the play, and that's why he didn't bother turning around. But I don't know that he knew the ball was necessarily coming.
Seven for 11 for 132 yards for Durso. Now it's 2nd and 10. And they've called in a different play in from the sideline here at the last minute. He's changing it. 2nd and 10. Motion. Bland on the sweep, trying to go to the outside. He picks up about 5 yards down the right sideline, inside the 40 to about the 39, where it'll be 3rd down.
Little chess game there. The Raiders brought one of their defensive backs up onto the line of scrimmage on the right-hand side. Their defense's right-hand side at the last minute, which would be the wide side of the field. And Middle Township ran that pitch play to the short side of the field. Just wasn't enough room over there.
Bland, just a freshman, lives in Woodbine, would have gone to Millville until this year. And Woodbine students were changed to become Middle Township students. McNeil up the middle, gets away from the initial penetration, and he penetrates inside the 35 to about the 31 for a first down.
It's third quarter winding down. I wonder who started this no huddle.
I don't know. We used to have a lonesome end, too, remember, in Army?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
You and Jim Schaefer maybe remember that. I don't.
Oh, you were probably in college then. Durso hands it off inside. McNeil has some running room. He's hit, staggered, but stays on his feet for another yard or two. It looks like he's got a first down.
I mean, I remember hearing about it. I just don't remember ever watching it or seeing it.
I don't remember if I saw it either. The guy it was kind of a gimmick. He just didn't come in the huddle. One guy. and they'd signal him what the play was.
Maybe try to catch the other team off guard defensively.
I don't know. It's too many gimmicks. 1st and 10 for Middle Township. They are inside the Ocean City 20-yard line.
Peyton Manning doesn't need any gimmicks this year.
No. Taking a lot of time here. They're already starting to count on the clock. And he doesn't get it off. 5-yard penalty for delay of game. 82 yards in penalties against Middle.
Yeah, like Butch just said, Tom, it's tough to get delay a game when you have no huddle.
Well, except they take so long to get the play and then look at their wrists. And like you said, different people take longer to get the play, to understand what the play is. That's got to be a danger, too, if everybody doesn't understand it and it's time to snap. Durso waits the snap, 1st and 15. He's back to throw. He's going to try to run with the ball, bounces inside, then goes to the outside, gets a block, and he's going to be stopped for a short gain.
What a great block by Bland, Tom.
Garrett Jones came up to make the tackle.
Now, he has a brother. It looks like a brother. Zahir Bland and Charles Bland. Both 5'7" freshmen.
Could be.
He outweighs his brother by 23 pounds.
2nd and 16. They still look to the sideline, out to the wrists. Middle Township down by 10, but driving, but facing a bump in the road here. They hand the ball off to Bland, trying to turn that left side, and he stumbles. He was 3 or 4 yards away from anybody, and he lost his footing and went down for about a 3 or 4 yard gain, but there was 5 or 6 more in front of him.
Second time that's happened to him, and again, I think that's just a case. His feet are moving too fast for him to make that cut that he wants to make. That time it looked like he couldn't decide if he wanted to take that cut inside or keep it to the outside, and he did one then the other real quickly, and the next thing you know is he was on the ground. His feet were out from under him.
Third quarter's over. Ocean City leads it 29-19, and they'll switch. slot formation. Fay is wide. Tibbetts in the slot. Keys, 4th and 7. Takes the snap. Drops back. It's a screen pass to Woolley. He's hit, keeps his balance, but doesn't get enough for the first down. He picks up about 5 yards on the play. They needed 7. Maybe he picks up 4. They needed 7. So Middle Township takes over the football.
I think that might have been McNeil, Tom, that broke that play up. Really, I like the play call, and I thought the defense was excellent. They kind of smelled it out right away. I think they were keying on Woolley getting the football, though I don't think they were keying on it being a screen pass, but a nice defensive job by Middle.
4:20 left. Middle Township with the ball on its own 30-yard line. They trail by 4. They hand it off to McNeil, and he stopped a yard or two past the line of scrimmage. Oh, man, and he hits that line hard, too.
Mm-hmm.
2 yards on the play. He's 1 yard unofficially away from 200 for the game.
Colin Cooper has those orange spikes, orange and white, and every once in a while I look down and think it's a yellow flag. They're a real light orange.
Yeah. 2nd and 8. Ball's at the 32-yard line. Durso puts a man in motion. He runs that way. He looks downfield, and it is intercepted. Intercepted down the right sideline. And Zach Fumo, I think it is, takes it all the way. Am I right, or is that Garrett Jones?
No, I think it's Zach Fumo.
And that might seal it. 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns for Ocean City.
So the defense, Tom, who gave up a lot of points tonight, makes amends for Ocean City with 2. You know what? It might be Garrett Jones. He seems to be getting most of the high fives.
I think Garrett Jones intercepted that and brought it back for a touchdown.
I think you're right. Sorry, Garrett. We didn't get it the first time, but
so Ocean City leads 41-32. They haven't put them up on the board yet. Maybe they didn't score. They didn't score. We're celebrating the touchdown. He stepped out of bounds. So the ball's inside the 10 at about just inside the 10. Not quite at the 9. 3:31 left. Ocean City's still only up 3. They've got the football, and they call timeout. They've got one more after this. Leo Hamlet comes out, and, of course, they want to make sure they hold on to the ball, but at the same time, they're in position to score inside the 10-yard line.
Not only that, Tom, pretty tough to score with only 10 guys on the field against 11.
Mm-hmm. If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. At Halliday.
And I don't think that they saw him at all. And he just kind of walked in at the end and picked that right off.
Here we go. Keys with Woolley deep behind him. Takes a snap, gives it to Woolley, and he just covers the ball with both hands and may have actually lost a yard.
Well, I think Middle has all their timeouts. I mean, there's still a lot of time left here. 3:21. I mean, the Raiders, they want to put 6 points on the board here. They obviously want to use the clock, but they want to put 6 points on the board. I mean, you're in field goal range, but even that's only 6 points, and a Middle Township touchdown ties that right up.
There's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue, Wildwood, Route 50 Mays Landing, and at Prairie Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. Not only do they have the car you're looking for, but they also have conversion vans, trucks, minivans, and 15-passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels, serving South Jersey for more than 25 years in Absecon, Wildwood, Mays Landing, Ocean City, Berlin, Lakewood, and Brooklyn, New York. They got 2 in Brooklyn, New York now. They're open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. daily. Phone Just 4 Wheels, 645-8077, 522-0049. All right. 2nd down. Goal to go, right about the 10-yard line. Woolley's behind Keys. And they've got Wiesner as a blocking back. Woolley straight ahead. No, Keys kept the ball. He's going to the corner of the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, there's a good call there. Of course, there are always good calls when they work, but that's a great call. I mean, everybody in the place is looking for Woolley to get the ball, and Keys does a great job faking it to him up the middle and sprints to the pylon on the right side. I don't think most people knew he had the ball till he was 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
So Joe Keys scores the touchdown. It's his first of the year. He's thrown one. To look and see if he scored last year. Stadnicki to kick the extra point. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, and good. So Ocean City takes that 10-point lead again. Joe Keys did score a touchdown last year, and of course he kicked extra points last year. He kicked 12 of them. So that's his second career touchdown. And Ocean City leads it 42-32. And they'll be kicking off to Middle Township.
And they had, as you said, Tom, they brought Kevin Wiesner in to be a blocking back on that play, and I think his block helped to spring Keys to the outside there.
He's done a lot for Ocean City this year.
Yes,
most of it on defense, but he stepped up there. There's no doubt about it. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 98.7 The Coast. Boardwalk Honda wants your car, and they're paying top dollar. Visit boardwalkhonda.com. Well, lively Gary Stadium here tonight.
The Raiders,
decent crowd from Middle Township. Not great, but not bad. And Ocean City, because of all the celebrations, the homecoming, the red and white weekend, have a pretty good crowd. The band's had a lot of things to play for.
And they haven't had anything to cheer about in the fourth quarter all year.
Yeah. All right, Stadnicki to kick off. Ocean City up 10. It's a ground ball, and it comes through to the 30, picked up at the 29-yard line, and very nice job by Jim Smith. He just kind of stood there and said, I'm going to see where these guys are going. And then he picked the spot and picked up about 10 yards.
Yeah, and I think Ocean City's happy that he has the ball at the 40-yard line and not the 50 or the other 40. Actually, the 39, 38? 39.
Well, their best field position, they were at their own 48. Their best field position was their own 48. They had a penalty, I think, that helped move them once. But anyway, they're just short. They're making the 39 they're on. And, of course, Middle Township has got to do something fast. Durso swings left, looking long. He's under pressure. He throws short. Gains 5 and about 8 or 9.
Thing also is Tom Middle needs to, whatever they're going to do, they need to use the sideline because with under 3 minutes left here, not a lot of timeouts. Maybe one, maybe two.
2nd and 2, a gain of 8 on the pass to Bland.
Got to get the plays in fast.
Yeah, they're not bothering with their wrists now. McNeil off the left side, drives for the first down, and he's down inside the Ocean City 45-yard line. Gain of about 8, so he unofficially is over 200 yards for the game.
Actually, they mark him down, Tom, outside at the 46.
Okay.
I think the blocker looked like McNeil was 4 yards further down the field.
1st and 10 at the Ocean City 46-yard line. Durso with the ball, rolling right. Looks downfield and overthrows the receiver, Jim Smith. He had a step on the defense, but that really would have taken, because of where Wiesner was, a really good pass to lay it in there, and he just was a little too long with it.
Yep. And when the other team is guessing you're going to pass, it's a lot tougher to complete them because you're in a little bit of a prevent defense here. You're probably in we'll check this time, but I'm guessing they're in a two-deep zone and covering the rest of the guys man-to-man.
Clock stopped, 2:13 left. Durso back to throw, fires over the middle. It's through the hands of the intended receiver and incomplete. It was a little bit behind him. He turned back, got his hands on it, but could not pull it in, and it falls incomplete. Stops the clock. It was intended for Cooper, who's shown good hands all night. 2:08 remaining. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was a bullet. I mean, he threw a bullet, he threw it behind him, and I don't think anybody's making that catch outside of Jerry Rice, maybe.
Now they're looking at the wrist because the clock stopped. Durso takes the snap, gives to McNeil, and he's tripped at the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if he tripped over one of his own players or if he tripped over an Ocean City defender who was coming in. But he just tripped over somebody and went down for about a 2-yard gain.
That's probably his shortest gain of the game. It's a big play.
McNeil and Woolley between them have carried the ball 60 times. Back to throw, Durso, fly pattern down the right side, and it is caught by Cooper. It was tipped by somebody, I think Slate, and it bounced off the shoulders of the other Ocean City defender and popped up into the air, and it was caught by Cooper, who stayed with it, and he goes down at the 4-yard line.
Just kind of how the season has gone for them. I mean, they can't catch a break. 2 defenders right there. All they got to do is knock the ball away, and one knocks it up in the air. And
Durso takes the snap, fires, and it's incomplete behind the intended receiver.
Again, another bullet thrown behind. Got to lead that guy. But, as I said, 2 defenders, perfect position. They throw a Hail Mary, and it's batted, but it's batted up instead of batted down. And the 2 defenders kind of tangle a little bit back there, the man-in-man coverage and the safety.
Durso fires into the left flat. Bland avoids the tackle, but he's grabbed. He pulls out of it, and he's in for the touchdown. Bland is in for the touchdown, and Middle Township cuts it to 42-38.
Both sides almost getting a personal foul call again, Tom. And if it wasn't such a critical point in the game, I think they would have gotten a flag there. Some extracurricular stuff that's words mostly.
So Durso has thrown 3 touchdowns in this game. And here's the extra point attempt coming from Dan Falla. It's 42-38. Bad snap. Well, he got it down. The snap was a little off, but he got it down, and its kick is up and good. So Falla kicks his 3rd extra point of the game and makes it 42-39, a 3-point lead for Ocean City. They're receiving the kickoff from Middle Township. Your kitchen is the heart of your home, where friends and family come together. If you've been thinking of remodeling, then visit Shoemaker Lumber to see the wonderful cabinetry by Medallion. The design staff at Shoemaker has over 50 years of experience. They can plan a kitchen that is uniquely yours. Stop in, see Medallion Cabinetry in their showroom, and meet their staff. And don't forget, Shoemaker is where the professionals shop for hardware and building supplies. Shoemaker Lumber has been serving the community since 1902. They're at 12th Street and West Avenue, or at shoemakerlumber.com. There's so much more than just a lumber store. All right. Ocean City expecting an onside kick. And they've got Garrett Jones and Naplasik and who else is there? Tibbetts, all in the front line here. And in behind them, people like Zach Williams. So they're expecting an onside kick. The deep backs are actually at the 25-yard line.
Tom, I feel like I'm watching Michigan-Penn State the way this game is going back and forth here. I don't know if you saw that game at the end. 4 overtimes.
Okay. The kick comes from Falla. And it rolls downfield and out of bounds. So Ocean City will take the ball where it went out of bounds, which is about the 42-yard line. And Middle Township has 1 or 2 timeouts. We've lost track. It's technically an illegal procedure penalty, and it looks like it's on the 45-yard line. Well, we can't really tell where it went out of bounds all the way over there.
We'll go back, Tom, and talk about Bland's how well he was able to run through those last couple tacklers on that touchdown. I mean, it was a nice play. He caught a nice pass, but, I mean, I thought what made the play was the fact that he wasn't tackled. I mean, 2 or 3 guys had a shot.
Well, as you
at
said
it.
before, he's so quick. He
Yep.
moves so quick that it's hard to get a hold of him. He took himself down on 2 of his carries because he
Tackled himself.
Yeah. Keys awaits the snap. It's Woolley off the right side. Woolley picks up about 7, and he might have been driven out of bounds. We'll see.
Yeah, stopping the clock.
So it's 2nd and about 3.
Yeah, that
Do they have
wasn't-
to? Wouldn't
Yeah.
they be able to take? I don't know how many timeouts Middle Township has. Well, if they have 2 timeouts left, they would have to run play.
Yeah, you got to stay in bounds there. That's just a little bit of a mental mistake, and you're carrying the football, and you're not thinking about getting out of bounds. You're thinking about getting yardage, but in that case, you do have to think about getting out of bounds. I mean, staying in bounds.
2nd and 3 on the 49 of Middle Township. Keys gives it to Woolley. Woolley shoots through the defense. He's got the first down, and he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
And now they should be able to take a knee.
Yep.
Although the clock's going to stop while on the first down. Now they're going to wind it.
This is unofficial, but Woolley's carried the ball 33 times, and the school record is 36 by Mike Linehan in 1974.
They don't have a
40
timeout.
years ago almost.
Yeah, they don't have a timeout, Tom. They're going to run the clock down,
Mm-hmm.
go to a knee, and that should be it.
And Linehan still holds the record for rushing yards in a game, even with all the Sinclairs and Martins and everybody. 286.
And ran a lot like Woolley. Slashing
Well,
runner.
Yeah, maybe a little more of
Speed.
a sweep guy, too,
Yep.
sometimes. But, I mean, Mike Linehan never left the field. He punted. He kicked extra points. He was a safety. He was the complete football player. Now there's a timeout called by Ocean City. They got it. They might as well use it, reinforce everybody. 31 seconds left. They're just going to take a snap and fall to a knee. But they haven't had too many snaps under center. Let's make sure everything's right, I guess. Broadcasts of Cape Atlantic Sports are brought to you with the support of the McMahon Insurance Agency, voted National Flood Insurance Program Agency of the Year. Specializing in home, business, auto, flood, and boat insurance, the McMahon Insurance Agency turns protection into peace of mind. If it matters to you, it matters to them. Reach them at 609-399-0060 or online at McMahonAgency.com. The McMahon Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. The coverage you need, the service you deserve. Ocean City at the line of scrimmage in what they call the victory formation. Keys will take the snap and drop to a knee. And he does. And no shenanigans. Some teams try to knock it out of his hands and stuff like that, but Middle Township just lines up for the handshake. So Ocean City ends its 4-game losing streak and increases its record to 1-4. And Middle Township falls to 2-3. Neither one of them's in the race in the National Conference. That's pretty much been won tonight by St. Augustine. But Middle Township is hurt as far as Group 2 is concerned. They'll still have opportunities to play their way back, but this one hurts a little bit. We're going to take time out for some messages. We'll come back. We'll finalize the scoreboard. We'll recap this game. It's 10 minutes at 10, so it's been a long football game here at Carey Stadium. But right now, time out for these messages.